The second video tutorial of the third of three, and right now we just put all in the HTML, and we have this is our work page. So I have my name and I have the sticky nav here, and then I have a jumbotron, and in the jumbotron I have a large heading, right? And we haven't designed it at all, and then we have a block quote. And I have a block quote in, I believe, column 6, but I said 3, offset 3. So we have empty, column 3 empty before it, a column 3 empty after it, and a column 6 in the middle with our stuff. So it keeps it in the middle. Just another way to do it. I know we really haven't done that yet. So, and then what I did was I have all the assignments in blocks of 3. So there's a column. Here's a column 4, column 4, column 4, which equals 12 in the first row. And this is a container. So below the Jumbotron, I close it, and then we start a container. And again, Jumbotron, Coffee Jumbotron, Career Exploration, Simple Modal, 1 product modal, 4 product modal, footer with icons, what do you see, sticky nav, which is part of the kind of the final website project, but still. Home page with nav and text, the work page that we're working on now, and then maybe we might get to the About Me page. All right, so there you go. So that's what I have without any CSS. Now we're going to build the CSS. So right here, here's my portfolio web page where the JS and CSS folders are. And I'm going to go in. I've already made a work CSS file, but I don't have anything in it. So it's right here, all set to go. And I think it's all connected. So let me go up here. Yeah, there it is. It's all ready to go right there, connected. I just got to make sure I get the right one here. Nope. There we go. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is let's talk to this Jumbotron. And we're going to color it and then work with the H1 tag and work with the block quote. And we'll do some of that. Now you can totally design it differently than what I do. I'd like to see you use some font face fonts, and you know, that way you have total control over the types of fonts that you have on your page, and you can make a really cool looking page. So, but again, that's up to you. So I'm going to go back to Atom. We're going to talk to .jumbotron, and we're going to say the background. I'm just going to choose a color, light blue. But you could definitely go to Color Lovers or whatever and get a hexadecimal color and have more control over it. So I'm going to save it and then update my page. There's the light blue. Now I'm going to go and talk to the H1. And I think, just a second here. Yeah, I'm going to call this header. So here is my H1 here, and I'm going to say class equals header. So I can differentiate, because all of my clickable tags, words down below for each assignment is an H1 tag. So I want to differentiate, separate out this H1 from all the other H1s. So I'll go back to my it's starting to get confusing here. So I'm going to say dot header and .3 EM, and then color, because it's text. I don't know. Green. And you can, again, come up with a better color scheme than I will. But go back and save this. Let me view page source. Okay. So why is it not working here? Header. Let me do this here. So sometimes you can talk to the column better. So I'm going to call the column header and then say, hey, there's an H1 tag inside that area. Okay. And so I'm going to go back to okay, now it's getting confusing here. Close this. Because I'm working on multiple things, so that's why it's so header. Okay. All right. Weird. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the column header, and inside of it is an H1 tag. Let's see if that helps. So again, I went into the column, and I called the column header, and inside the column is an H1 tag, and that's what we're going to do. So let's see if that works. Yeah, I don't know why. But notice that the block quote is green too, which is, huh. Okay, H1 block quote. That's weird, but let's talk to the block quote now. Now we're going to say block quote. That's the tag that we're using. And font.size 1.4 EM. And then color. And again, you can totally choose different colors. All right, so I'm going to save that. Okay. So why did... Okay. Let me go back to this here. Something's not working. See how the H1 went smaller? So, all right. Let's just go to the word header, and I will save that, and I will go back to this, I believe. We'll get rid of the word header, and we'll put okay. Okay, let me see here. Something is amiss here. Jumbotron background light blue, header, font size 1.3 EM, color. Just wonder why the color's not working here. Well, we'll come back to that. That's really weird. That it won't do it. Okay. So I'm going to keep going on here. We'll act like it's working. That's what I always tell everybody to do anyways. So the main thing we're going to do is we're going to resize these. Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure I got one. There we go. Okay. So we're going to resize these. So we're going to give these class names of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down. Okay? Kind of in the order that we did them. So I'm going to say, let's do the first one first, and then we can copy and paste. So .1, and say background. And I'm going to use a hexadecimal color number. I was just kind of messing around here, CFF. And then here's the big part, padding. Again, padding is creating empty space inside an element. Padding and margin are the same thing, but margin's outside, padding's inside. And we're going to use a couple numbers here. So 100 px is going to be for the top and the bottom. And for the left and right, it's going to be 20. Now, when I did this, I was using H3 tags and not H1 tags. So we might have to change this a little bit. So that's 1. Now, I have not named anything 1 yet, but I wrote the CSS. So I'm going to go into here. And it's this column here that I'm going to add the word 1. Okay? And we're going to talk to that name and then resize this area. Okay? So I'm going to save it and then reload it. Okay? Now notice the text is clickable, but not the blue around it. Okay, so that is 1, and then I'm going to go back, and I can go into my CSS that I'm creating and copy and paste it, and do 2, and let's see here. I'm just going to make this up. CF. And notice I have a hashtag in front of it, but I'm going to keep the padding 100. And again, we might have to change the padding 120 once we have 3 columns, and you'll see if it's too big of a space. So I'm going to reload it. Oh, I didn't call it 2. So let me go into this right here. Two. Okay. Now they're side by side. So I'm actually going to bring this padding down. Let me see how they look. Let's do one more. Again, I was using H3 tags. Pretty big. But you know the grid's working. See how they go like that? Okay, but look, it might be too big. So I'm gonna go. Let's see here. You know what I'm doing wrong is I don't want to color the column. I'm going to take this class name of 1. I'm actually going to put it in the H1 tag. That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay? And let me do the second one since I already have the second one here. And I'm going to put it in. And let me do one more here. So I didn't want to do the column. I found that the column will go side by side, and I like the little spacing in between each of the squares. So, and that means all this is going to be clickable. You'll see. And then I'll do 3. Okay. So I'm actually, again, changing the class name inside the H1 tag that's inside the column here. Okay. And it's all going to be clickable because the A tag is surrounding it. Okay. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to add one more. Oh. Let me delete this. Let me go up a little bit here. And I'm going to add one more. Okay, and I'll call it 3. And I'm going to say, what can I do here? Let's see here. How about FC3? I'm just going to FC3. And again, I'm just kind of making up these colors. You guys can definitely have better colors. But you'll see, now it's going to be a different look. It's not going to be as compact. And this is all going to be clickable. So I'm going to reload it. There. Okay? So I didn't add the 100 by 20 on this one. So let me... oh, no, it's because of the text, I think. See how the text is going back? So I can change that and fix it. So let's see here. Yeah, so it has 2 words, fake images, and we could just call it fake images if you want, instead of and text. And that's what's happening. Any kind of double line here, like about me page with nav, that might have an issue. So what's happening is, because this is going into 2 lines, it's adding more padding on the top and the bottom and the left and right, mainly top and the bottom. So I will change that text. So let me go into the HTML right here, and I will just say fake images, and you'll see what I mean here. I'm going to save it and then reload it. There you go. And notice again, all this is clickable now. Okay? But you guys can, again, totally use a different thing. So there's like 14 or 15. And all I want you to do is do the whole thing here. I will try to figure out what's going on here, why the color and different things weren't happening with this. And I will show you live how to fix that. This is going to be, if you look at the finished product, let me see if I can find the finished product here. Let's see, it's right here. So the finished product is going to look something like this. Okay? And that's what you're going for. And this is going to say my classwork, but it can also say your name. Now you have your name up here too. Okay? But this is going to be a quote just talking about your experience in the class. Hopefully try to keep it as positive as you can. I appreciate that. Thank you. But it's going to look something like this. And again, because we're not doing the columns that are all clickable, we're doing the H1 tag, all this with the extra padding, which is included in the H1 tag because it's padding. Again, it's inside the element, inside the H1. All this stuff is clickable. Okay? But it's going to generally look like this. So each one of these is going to have a different color. Now what I would do is go to, have some fun with it, go to Color Lovers, get some hexadecimal color numbers, and just have some fun with the different colors. But these are all the assignments. It's going to look like this. And again, I will figure out why this H1 isn't working. It's some minor thing. All right? So that is it. Go ahead and I kind of showed you how to do the first 3. And then the third video, we're going to add the modal. And this is This is a screen grab of what the assignment looks like. And this is a brief description, not Latin text, but a brief description from you, kind of what you learned, what the assignment was, whatever you want to say in a full paragraph. All right? But that's the third video. Okay, thanks a lot. Again, try some font face for your, if you want to do your navigation, for your heading, even for your block quote. You could do much more stylized text than what I did. But have some fun with it and do a better design than I have done. All right, thanks.